And now,
it is time for the running staff in conversation with a personality from the running community with your host, Marissa Calvin.
I just don't know when Trevor's going to change these jingles, but it's not Marissa. It will be Nabila and myself, Kevin Peters, and maybe Sonia will throw in a question or two there. Good evening to you, Peter Chong from ChongAir. How are we doing?
Hey, doing great. Never been to a studio before. Feels like a MS Teams meeting at night.
Something you used to, right?
Without the video.
Okay. Obviously, there will be no jumping around here this evening.
I don't think there's anyone in the running community doesn't know who Peter Chong is. The signature buff and the signature jump.
It's all the sweating. That's why I have to wear it. It's functional.
Because you got all this energy.
Peter Chong. Yeah. Who is Peter Chong?
Just a normal runner.
I don't think
with a huge following.
No. I don't think normal is the word.
Abnormal?
Well, I think I always try to do things that I like to do, that I don't get motivated by others very easily. So when I found something, it was like I got a lot of hobbies in my life, and then one after the other, and this just suddenly just happened. Yeah.
How did you get into running?
Okay. Actually went on a little bit sort of a date.
Okay.
Yeah, and then about 5 years ago, and then I ran, and then it was a trail run, and then I beat her, and then that was it.
So the date was the actual race?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, I realized that actually, hey, I actually can run.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't athletic when I was in high school that much. I played just normal hockey, C team, whatever. Yeah. You know, wasn't really into running.
Are you married to the date now?
No.
You heard you beat her.
Was one of those.
But that was a trail run, right? Was your first? Yeah, I read somewhere that your first race was a trail run. So what's your love, road or trail?
Actually, both. I mean, both has its own merits, actually. Yeah, I mean, I started with a trail, and then I went into road. But I think both of them has its merits in terms of, you get different ways of. And trail is great because nobody see you if you can slack off. In the road, somebody watches you like, run faster! Yeah.
So that was in 2018 you started?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and then the bug bit immediately?
Yeah, so I decided to decided to just run, and then, like I said earlier, before, off the air, I decided to run all the road races because it seems to be a bargain, because it used to be under $100 you can enter a lot of these races per race. That was before COVID, and they give you Coke, they give you drinks every single 3Ks, and there's water sachets and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And it was a very good training for me because I don't train during the week.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about your training schedule, because you run Fridays, you run Saturday and Sunday, you do races on both days.
Yeah.
Because this weekend you've got Bastille coming up, and then you've got the 21K on the next day. What distance are you doing at Bastille?
Bastille, I'm doing 25 because I got a free entry.
There's always an incentive there.
Otherwise I would do the 38.
Yeah.
Then obviously I'm doing the Cape Town Festival running after that, the 21.
Yeah. So when do you train?
When do I train? Oh, now actually after the first year of running, when I did the second year of running, then I started to train now, because last year I think I only started to get serious of training of running. So I train around about 3 days in a week. Yeah, and then weekends are my long runs basically.
And you on a program with a coach, or is it just, are you just winging it?
Yeah, sort of my strategic or coach, I can say, a mentor from the beginning was Paul Murphy. Actually, nobody actually knew until now. He inspired me a lot. He knows that I cannot be trained by a coach easily. I don't listen very well. I do my own thing. And only last year I listened to him, so don't jump. You're not allowed to jump. You have to run. You have to train this way on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I follow the program. Yeah. And that's how I managed to do my first sub-4 last year in Cape Town Marathon.
Oh, fantastic. And you've entered for Cape Town Marathon again?
Yes, I entered straight after the day after the marathon last year.
And you've just done a 2 Oceans Marathon.
Yes.
Right? And you got your bronze, I see?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
well done. Well done. Yeah.
Need to get...
So this was your third 2 Oceans Marathon? Or second?
Second, because before COVID,
Yeah,
we did Oak Kopseweg.
So you started in 2018, 2019 you ran, and then of course we had that break in 2020. So what did you do to keep yourself busy during that time?
We did the No Ocean Run, right? Remember? On social media, that's what we did. ran around the house 56 Ks.
58 Ks.
58 Ks.
58 Ks.
Yeah, something like that. I was something stupid.
Yeah, I also did it also.
Kevin also
Actually, I had a better time running in the house than what I normally run under.
The GPS watch is actually inaccurate. You actually run more.
Yeah.
What I realized. Actually.
Yeah, when you're running at home, yeah.
Yeah, because it's in circles.
Yeah,
So-
and
I just want to come ask a question here about where did the jump come from?
The jump. Okay, the first thing, the jump actually come from a whole bunch of friends of mine that does trail running in Joburg. And they do these fantastic, phenomenal jump as if they're like levitating. And then you go for trail running, you think I jump higher. I mean, I spoke to Uncle Keith before and all the photographers. I said, how do you jump? I said, no, you must come take photographs at the trail runs. The trail runners, the mountain goats, they jump.
is it?
Yeah, part of the run is actually a lot of jumping.
Yeah, a
and
lot of
skipping.
jumping, yeah, over
Yeah, but if you put like a very fast trail runner on the road, they won't be able to do a Formula 1 thing.
Yeah, but because it will only be the elite, the faster guys on the trail that will be able to jump. Us back guys, we must run, we walk over those, and we get over the hills. But those guys just jump from one rock to the next rock like rock rabbits, and there they go.
Yeah, and the jumping actually makes you feel that, for me, it's like a sense of fun, because like I think people are always quite dull when I first joined the running. When I was running in the running for an eternity, Paul just told me, just join a club.
Yeah.
Because why? I was like, oh yeah, it's even cheaper if you join a club. So I joined a club because you pay less. You know,
Yeah,
for
of
the
course, you
license.
don't pay for the...
Yeah, so then I decided, when I started running, I think like, depending which group or club or people you run with, and people think like, hey, you're pretty friendly, hey, you do this. But then I just like think like sometimes people are too intense of what they do. I mean, when I first did run, I'm not an elite runner, so it just gives this sensation of freedom. And people do that in trail running all the time, but we never do that in the road.
Yeah.
We get very serious about getting PBs.
Fees and time,
And
yeah.
we don't get it, and then we
Yeah.
get injured, and so I think the jumps are sort of my expression of feeling free, you know. People who, and then I think a whole lot of people starting jumping on the road too. Hope they don't hurt their ankles.
Yeah, 'cause that's always my fear. We've also got someone in our club who always jumps, and I'm always thinking like, what if I land wrong? That's just not going to go down well.
I've also started this jumps when I see Keith, and I say, I'll always Keith, I'm coming, and then
So it's not as spontaneous.
no, it's not.
features.
Chong has actually taken a few pics of me in the top form 10K race, but it was dark, quite dark. But I saw myself. It was quite a high jump in the dark. If it was maybe in the light, you would have actually seen it. But my shadow, you can it's like a ghost jumping there in the
You
dark.
actually made the papers with our 10K, with the top form 10K.
Yes,
you made
I
the
did.
paper,
Yeah.
yeah, with that jump, yeah.
If you don't win the race, you jump to it.
100%. So now we know why you're doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Peter, I understood that you said that you had you have quite a bit of hobbies. It'd be interesting to know, what are the other hobbies?
I love cars. That was previously. That was a long time ago. And I love playing video games. I have a lot of different things. I like reading Shakespeare. I've got a lot of different little hobbies that I had before. One thing with me is that I think if I have one hobby, then if you excel too much in one hobby, I get bored. Yeah. I'm very easily bored. Yeah, in that way.
So you try new things all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I used to do dog training. I used to have a lot of dogs, like 4 dogs. Yeah, I used to be a dog.
Now you've got 4 kids.
Oh yeah, 2.
2 like 4. And any of your kids into running now?
Yeah, the older one is into cross country, but I mean, I don't force them to do anything. They can choose what they want to do, but obviously as kids, as they go to high school, they get peer pressure. One run faster than me, I'll run faster than you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And they're not jumpers.
No, not yet.
In the studio with us is Peter Chong from ChongAir. I don't know if he's changed his name, but ChongAir is his Facebook handle now. Where did ChongAir come from? Does it come from the jumping?
Yeah, it's come from the jumping. I think it started from the Cape Town's runners community on Facebook, where I think after the first year of running, the second year I decided to do like a marathon a month. Then all these pictures starts coming up, and then there's a guy called Chris van Tonder, and then he always puts these memes and stuff like that. So he decided to put ChongAir, the poster of ChongAir, and put my face on it.
Okay.
And that stuck.
Yeah.
That
So
stuck.
did I hear you say a marathon a month?
Yes.
When did you do that?
It's on 2019.
So you did
Yes.
12 marathons for that.
Yeah, because someone in the club dared me that it's impossible that you can run. So I said, okay, first year running, okay. I ran my first marathon on my 8th month of running, which is Cape Town Marathon.
Yeah.
And then that's why I always run Cape Town Marathon. And then the second year decided to say, okay, you know what, I want to run all the races, most of the races as training, but then I will run one marathon a month on my second year run.
Come to think of it, Cape Town Marathon, the old Cape Town Marathon when it was still at Old Mutual, was my first marathon ever back in 99.
Same with me.
And I always go back because that's my anniversary race basically, but it's in a different time of the year now. That time it was in the first weekend in March, now it is in October. But I'm talking about years ago because Peninsula and Cape Town have changed dates, and that is where they have landed now, and Peninsula is now earlier in the year.
But where did you find a marathon?
You go out of WPA, you go to ASWD.
Okay.
You run prison to prison marathon.
Yeah, I did that once. That was lovely.
Okay, it's a lonely marathon, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels a bit awkward. You're running with a whole bunch of inmates, run to the security.
But still, it's such a beautiful marathon. Like the first from the start till the highway.
I was a bit worried because you were inside the prison and you still get people with orange overalls and they're cutting the lawn and you're running around.
So your pace is actually, so what's your pace like looking at them?
No, it was actually quite scary. I don't know. I was just sure that but it doesn't matter. It was quite a long, difficult run actually. It's not that easy.
It's not an easy run, but it's
hilly.
actually quite beautiful in the first.
Well, if you think about it, if you can run that fast out of that prison, you can break out quite quickly. There's a hill, there's a mountain on one side, and there's a lake on the other side.
And so you've run all over the country, obviously, just to get...
No, just in Western Cape, it's actually a lot. You can run the Flukta Marathon. You can run the, what else? There's another one. Oh, the Foot of Africa. I ran that as well in my second year.
That's also tough, yeah?
Yeah, what I did, I just entered all of them. I just tell people, find me a marathon a month. So it's okay, cool. And I just entered all of them. I didn't even look at the profiles. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just ran.
And was it about time for you, or just to finish it?
Just to finish. Yeah. The whole goal is to finish round about sub 5, and that's it. And so I finished round about between 4:30, 4:45.
So you won that bet as well? You won that bet as well?
Correct. And somebody actually spotted out that actually can run faster, but then, you know what, you just enjoy it and take it slower. Makes it much easier.
Yeah, but that was your goal for that, was not the time, was just completing the challenge.
Yeah, and also the most important thing for me the second year was about more recovery. Because recovery is actually quite difficult if you don't know how to recover. So if you can do that constantly and you can find a way to recover quickly enough and train your body to be fit, then you can be fit.
I see the coach shaking his head there.
Yeah, nodding behind you there.
Ice baths do work.
And Maya Tuchel.
do work. Anything that can make you recover quicker works.
Yeah, have you ever tried beer? After a run, a long run especially. Or even alcohol-free beer.
I did try it before in the beginning when I was early, in the first 2 years of running, and then it doesn't really recover you that much. One beer maybe make you feel better, 2 beers. But once you get more knowledgeable in running, like me now, people used to laugh at me all the time when everybody's drinking a beer. I'll have a protein shake. But then the elite runners will look at me and say, "You're doing the right thing," and nodding at me. But then that's why I said, let me have my protein shake first and my other meals or whatever, then I can have a beer
first nutrition, then fun.
I said that's important. I have that first. That helps a lot tremendously with recovery, definitely.
So Peter, are you very strict where nutrition is concerned?
No, I actually eat what my body feels like I want to eat. So I always have equal portions of food, whether it's meat or a vegetarian or food and vegetables and carbs. So I don't follow a strict people prefer a specific strict diet. So whatever makes my body feel better, because I want to live. I don't want to be a racehorse.
And the nutrition on a race, what is your preferred nutrition on a race?
Depending
on...
Give
it, specifically for a long run.
For a long run. Okay, so I'd say for a marathon, it's a lot of food, So this recently, I think the Professor Andrew from the Sports Science Institute came to the club and had a chat, and I tried that, and actually now it's stuck. So I always used to take a peanut butter sandwich, a banana peanut butter sandwich, and then coffee. That's always 2.5 hours, 3 hours before the marathon. And then thereafter, just before the race, I will have this carbohydrate muscle USN muscle shake. I'll drink that with a scoop of protein, and we'll just down the whole thing 200 mils. That's it. That was half an hour before the race. And then when I run, every single time when I run every half an hour, I will have at least 25 grams to 50 grams of carbohydrates. Yeah, which is basically like a lot of gels, like about like Nice Enough Forest, for example. I ran with 8 gels, and I got two electrolytes on me as well. Yeah.
You finished the 8 gels?
Well, I finished 6 that time because I didn't feel like eating the other 2.
That doesn't affect your
No. So basically what the science was saying was actually quite interesting, because I always thought that people say you pop so much gel in the beginning or whatever, you're going to have this sugar going low sugar. But actually not. Actually, you felt your body needs to be fed because you're always on a negative.
And also you didn't give yourself a chance for it to dip completely because it was every half an hour. You didn't wait for the whole hour.
And the recovery was much easier because I used to eat, like, people used to see me like when you finish running a marathon, you would eat a lot. You know, eat this, drink that, and then later on you realize you might overeat, you might not eating the right thing. So for me, it's just like more like taking the carbohydrates, and if you do that constantly, you don't get that craving at the end, and your recovery rate is way quicker, way quicker. Yeah, that's my experience on how it works.
Yeah, but I think not like for everyone's fit is different, but for you that works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, like I said, like somebody actually asked me the same question once before, but I told them like, well, yes, it will reduce your muscle soreness or enough glycogen in your muscles, but doesn't mean that if you're not fit enough for that specific pace, then it doesn't matter what you eat, it's not going to work.
I was actually reading your post-race analyzing of your Two Oceans Marathon. And that you did your sub-4, but you like walked the last 12 Ks, walked most of it. Yeah,
because like Constantia just killed me.
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone that actually just runs up Constantia.
There are people actually. we're actually discussing how to tackle that after a 42K, and you can still run properly. Because like I speak to a lot of people from the older fraternity of running versus this generation, which is my generation that we just popped in. And then in those days, people run a lot tougher. I mean, they run, they don't have these watches or whatever. They run up any hill easily. So how was the training? So I try to absorb some of that knowledge of how they actually do it, because I know like nowadays we just talk about heart rate training and stuff. So
Peter Chong, you're not going anywhere. I just got to make one more call and then we'll be back with you again. Let me just get this out of the way, then I know it's done. So don't worry.
So this was your best Two Oceans Marathon?
Yes.
It's a really good time.
But then if you want to get a better time, then you need to run it for 45 minutes.
While we're waiting on the caller to answer the phone, we can chat. So in the meantime, continue chatting with Peter Chong.
Yeah, I think the entries for Two Oceans is opening soon, eh?
It's open.
Has it opened
for
already?
the blue numbers.
Oh, blue numbers.
Open. Yeah,
okay.
Blue numbers open.
Kevin, that's us.
Give away your age.
Yeah.
I just ran my 20th one this year, Peter. My double laurels. So I'm thinking about downgrading to the 21K. But I'm waiting for my wife to do one before. I'm just waiting on her. If she says yes, then we will do our run as one Two Oceans, and maybe just one comrades for the. I'm putting her on the spot.
Any goals for comrades?
Don't know. I haven't had a reason to run comrades yet.
Why?
I mean, just don't see a reason why I must run for the whole day. I would rather prefer running a trail.
Okay.
That's my opinion for now. I mean, but then like I just don't see a point running so far.
On the road.
On the road.
Yeah. What was your longest trail you've ever done?
48 Ks.
And was that Cape Town Ultra?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's long. That's like 6 hours, 7 hours. Yo.
Well, that's like about 2,000 odd elevation.
That's a toughie, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to do it this year?
No. we actually most of us who finished over there, like I think I think we didn't greet, Ryan Sands was there to greet us to take photographs. I think that was the first inaugural race that we did.
Yeah.
Only, I think, 33% of us finished.
Whew.
The cutoff was 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. So we normal people, so anyways, but it was quite tough. Yeah.
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 But it's very popular now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very popular. And they have different distances now. Was that the inaugural 48K?
No, they had the 21. Before
they did. They did. Yeah, the next day.
In Signal Hill.
Yeah.
Normal route.
And any overseas marathons? What have you done?
Maybe one day we'll do the Abbott's marathons and see. But then to compete in Boston is a big problem because you need a 3.5 hour.
You need a 3.5 hours, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's tough. We actually had a guest in who's done most of it. I think he's just got one still to do of the.
Jacques Boyson.
Yeah.
Jacques Boyson did. I think he said he's got one more to do.
He's just got one
more to do. Yeah, then he's got all.
Then he's got all. Yeah.
Yeah, all the majors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should just get in the meantime get Charles in. And at this place,
and now, the running coach. It is all about running tips, running strategies.